You guys might remember that in the lead up to the release, or I guess even just the announcement of the Galaxy Z Fold 7, there were many rumors swirling that after a couple of generations in a row of Z Fold sales declining, Samsung was preparing to sell fewer Z Fold 7s. They were planning on that trend continuing. But then something strange happened. The device was released and it pretty immediately sold well. This is an article from July the 31st where I broke down all the numbers that were available. In South Korea, the Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7 had received over 1.04 million pre-orders. This number surpassed the previous records held by the Fold 5 and Flip 5. That tells you that the 6 went down, which is a bad thing. We saw 50% sales increases in Europe. We saw 25% increases in the United States, with U.S. carriers having a 60% jump. All of this was pointing in a good direction, but that's all sort of pre-order. What happened after that, I think, was equally impressive. The Z Fold 7 has continued to sell in high demand, orders outpacing the Fold 6 by almost 50% since July the 25th. But as someone who does make a decent amount of their living off of affiliate links, I talk about these phones, I give you the rumors, the leaks, the innuendo, I buy them, and then I give unboxings and first impressions and tips and tricks and reviews and all of these sorts of things. And if you appreciate that and you think that's a device I want, you click the link that I give you in the description and then you buy the thing and I make a little bit of money off that. It's a really great way to help support this channel without doing anything extra other than just clicking a link. I saw a really big jump on Z Fold 7 sales, like a really big jump compared to last year on Z Fold 7 sales, but I also have seen a handful of devices that have been returned. Now, I'm not talking about the majority of these phones being returned, right? Like it's a small percentage. It is a handful. But it was enough that when I looked at my upcoming revenue and I saw that it's a little bit lower than I thought it was going to be based on where it was a month ago, it is enough to make me wonder, are we seeing something like we saw with the Z Fold 5, where the pre-orders and immediately after launch the numbers were high, but then it just kind of trailed off and ended up actually being lower? Well, according to this report on 9 to 5 Google, which is actually coming from the Elec, which is a South Korean publication, it seems like the answer to that question is no. Galaxy Z Fold 7 continues to be a hit with a production boost needed to meet demand. According to this report, Samsung is planning to produce an additional 60,000 units this month for a total of 260,000. That's after August production was already much higher than planned. Samsung had only planned to make 170,000 units last month, but ended up producing a whopping 430,000, which followed an even bigger July production of 1.3 million devices. Now, we have to keep all of this into perspective, right? We're not talking about like S25 Ultra numbers or iPhone numbers or something like that. But these are all really, really good signs. As it stands, Samsung is expected to beat the expected, that's a lot of expecteds, 2.4 million production plan, which was already higher than the shipments of the Z Fold 6. Last month, Samsung confirmed the Fold 7 was seen a 50% increase over its predecessors. So we had that strong launch window. We had a strong shortly after that launch window, but here we are now months later and production is still high. They're still having to ramp up production. That is very good to see. If you are a fan of foldable phones in general, they are picking up. We've also seen reports, this is slightly unrelated, but I'll throw it in here, that the Honor Magic V5 is selling very well in Europe, better than the Honor Magic V3 did. So, I kind of feel like we are at some sort of an inflection point when it comes to foldables. We had wondered, would it be the Apple iPhone Fold that really kind of set things on fire? And it still may be. That still may be the kick in the pants that foldables really need. But I think that things are heating up right now before Apple has gotten involved. And the catalyst for that, you could say that it's the Z Fold. You could also just say that we have several absolutely phenomenal folding devices. Whether you buy the Z Fold 7 or you buy the Honor Magic V5, you are getting a phenomenal phone. And then the Oppo Find N5 still exists as well. Pixel's about to launch the 10 Pro Fold. The 9 Pro Fold was very good. We have an embarrassment of wealth when it comes to great folding phones right now. Not even mentioning Vivo and Huawei, what they're doing over in China, and Xiaomi. There's just so much there. Foldables truly feel like they have hit a maturity level that is beginning to make them maybe, just maybe, crack their way into the mainstream. Regardless, for people like me, and I would assume people like you watching this video, because if you're watching this video on this channel, you're probably a big fan of foldables, exciting times ahead, because the more that these things sell, the more companies can basically justify investing in this type of device, and things are only going to get better and better from here. And man, oh man, have they improved a ton over the last few years with durability and features and battery and cameras. Everything's just getting better, and it's a great time to jump into foldables, and it's a great time to be excited about foldables. Guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.